5 overpaid NBA players of the 2018-2019 season. My name is Joshua Envyerz. Let's talk about the cover boy of this video, Chris Paul. By no means is Chris Paul a horrible player. He deserves to be paid. But at this stage in his career, he's 33 years old, and the Rockets signed him for the next 4 years for a max contract, getting paid $35 million. 38, 41, and 44. He's the second highest paid player in the entire league for the next 4 years, unless someone signs a crazy contract this offseason, which I'm pretty sure they will. But this has led Houston to a win now mentality, and the window of opportunity of winning a championship was last year. This year, starting off the season, they haven't been able to look the part. I think they'll get it together, but making it to the Western Conference Finals again and contesting the Warriors and possibly going on to the finals, that seems like a far-fetched dream right now. Chris Paul's max contract is going to be a problem for the Houston Rockets, if not now, in the next couple of years. It leaves little wiggle room for the Houston Rockets to be able to sign another guy to go alongside Harden and Paul. Moving on, let's talk about Andrew Wiggins of the Minnesota Timberwolves. He also got a rookie extension, max contract offer from the Minnesota Timberwolves. 5 years, $25 million this year, $27 the next, $29, $31, and then $33. He's getting paid more than guys like Kawhi Leonard, Giannis, and even guys like Harrison Barnes who played the same position as he. One positive thing about Andrew Wiggins is that he has time to turn it around, or at least he should be able to figure it out. And once the whole Jimmy Butler drama is finally ended, hopefully then there's some ease and rest for Andrew Wiggins and the Minnesota Timberwolves. He's only 23 years old, and he had one of his worst seasons last year. If I was Jimmy Butler, I'd be upset as well that they paid this guy over me. Granted, Andrew Wiggins, Karl-Anthony Towns, both a lot younger than Jimmy Butler and supposed to be the future of the Wolves. But as of right now, Andrew Wiggins is definitely not living up to that contract extension by the Wolves. Let's talk about another forward, Gordon Hayward. Gordon Hayward's getting paid $31 million, $32 the next, and then $34 with the player option in his third year. What happened to him last season was horrible, and if I was overreacting this early in the NBA season, I'd say he's kind of messing up what the Boston Celtics had. If I snapped my ankle, I'd probably never play basketball again, but Gordon Hayward has, and it's going to take it some time for him to get back into the groove of things. He's only averaging like 9 points a game, limited minutes, so maybe by playoff time he'll be good to go and back to his Utah Jazz days. But if he doesn't get back to that level of play, this is looking like an abysmal signing for the Boston Celtics, considering Terry Rozier said he wants to be a starter for a team, and it's starting to look like key pieces of the Boston Celtics playoff run last year might be gone in the next few seasons. And Gordon Hayward doesn't help when it comes to paying the young guys on this team. I know him and Brad Stevens have the Butler connection from college, but when does Danny Ainge say this is probably not going to work out? Is it this year? Probably not. Next year? Maybe. Just like the Houston Rockets, the Celtics also seem to be in win now mode. But also just like the Rockets, early in the season there has seemed to be more teams that have emerged, like the Milwaukee Bucks and the Denver Nuggets in each respective conference, that are looking to take their place. I hope the Gordon Hayward situation works out for the Boston Celtics, but as of right now, his contract and the way he's playing for the team isn't helping anybody. Next up, let's talk about Chandler Parsons. He is an honorary member of my channel. I do this video every single year, or the past 3 years, and he's been on it every single year. So if you can't seem to do nothing right, at least you get a mention from me that you probably don't care for. But he's getting paid $24 million this year and $25 million the next to ride the bench of the Memphis Grizzlies, which is pretty sad considering the Grizzlies are like a grit and grind franchise, and it's sad to see that a player like him is ruining the culture. But it's not his fault. It's the Grizzlies. It's totally the Grizzlies. Every single player on this list, it's not their fault they're getting paid. It's the organization's fault for overpaying them the amount that they feel like they were worth. The Grizzlies look to make up for it by signing Kyle Anderson to a 4-year deal. Kyle Anderson may not be my favorite Spur of all time, but he's definitely better than Chandler. If you were getting paid $25 million, what would you be doing with that money? You probably definitely wouldn't be watching this video, and I probably definitely wouldn't be making this video. But Chandler, he's doing neither of those. He's just all the time. And luckily, I'm not using NBA footage, or the NBA would probably censor me by saying that. Or not even. I didn't say nothing. But don't do drugs, kids. Last but not least, let's talk about Ryan Anderson. The past 3 years I've been doing this, a lot of comments. What about Ryan Anderson? What about Ryan Anderson? I can't fit every single player that is overpaid on a 5 players that are overpaid list. But this is the year I decided to put Ryan Anderson on there because he's getting paid $20 million this year and doing absolutely nothing for the Phoenix Suns, and the Phoenix Suns aren't doing absolutely anything. I feel like this is a perfect time to put him here because I can't put him on here next year if I do it next year, because he's only getting paid $15 million next year. And he was part of the crazy 2016 signees with guys like Evan Turner being paid a lot, Ian Mahimi. So there's a bunch of great honorable mentions. Timothy Mozgov from the 2016 free agency class that I could put on here. But Ryan Anderson, he takes a spot, the last spot on this list. There's not really much to say except for the fact that he got paid and he did okay the first season with the Houston Rockets, but then after that, the second year with the Houston Rockets, they were trying to trade him the entire time, couldn't, so they traded him in the offseason and got Marquise Chris and Brandon Knight, which looks to be solid on paper, but in reality, Brandon Knight, he just doesn't seem to stay healthy, and Marquise Chris doesn't seem to be like that top 10 overall pick that was picked by him for the Phoenix Suns. But those are 5 NBA players that I feel are way overpaid compared to their peers. Let me know in the comment section below your 5 overpaid players or any honorable mentions that I should have talked about in this video. Leave a like, share the video around, subscribe, and check out some of these other videos on screen that you may enjoy. Thank you for watching, and I will talk to you in the next one.